Hi guys, and welcome back to the good old blog, Beamer and Son Garage. Winning today and losing, so we're going to show you the winning. So we got this 302, actually it's a 289 motor, and it's locked up. Well, we poured transmission fluid down every spark plug, let it sit for, I guess, about a week or two now, and it's turning over. So winning, the motor is not locked up, it's not junk, it's not ruined, it's turning over. I use this great big crowbar right there, that long crowbar, and I put it on a couple bolts on the balancer, and I turned it one way and then the other. So yes, we are winning on that, and we're pretty happy. So that's a win. And on to some more wins. So then we'll go out here to my son's Hurst, and back in the summer or two ago, I knocked that whole molding off in the skirt, the rear skirt. I put that back on. Winning. Now to the losing. Well, it wouldn't start. The battery was dead, so we got it hooked up on the charger. And I hope I can bring this new battery back. It's dead on the door now, so we got it charging right now. It's showing it's coming back on the meter, so that will hopefully be from losing to winning. We'll hopefully be winning on that. And on to the next loss. We got this new mini bike that we've been talking about, and I'm having trouble finding parts. So it's a 24-volt system, and you got to have a 24-volt battery. And so far, I'm only finding a 12-volt battery available for this thing. And it's a real small 24-volt. Look how small that battery tray is. Yeah, so it's got to have a 24. It's a 24-volt system. And even if I get a battery for it, doesn't mean it's going to fix it. It could be this controller could be bad here. It could have a bad motor. Don't know. So that's kind of a loss. Then the biggest loss of the day was the pit bike. And I was kind of like, kind of just basket in the glory repairing this thing. And I had it charged, and I took it off charge. And when I did, I put the switch to it and nailed the throttle. And I found this. The bearings are right there. So it needs a it needs a wheel bearing. The rear bearing, or one of the outer bearings blew apart, and I'm having trouble finding that bearing. So, these Chinese, Japanese, China junk. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun trying to get a bearing for that. I'm gonna probably pop it out of there and then try to go hunt down a bearing. I may be able to get it offline. Do some measurements. Luckily, I got some dial caliper and I'll have to dial it up with a caliper and the width and the diameter and everything on it. Try to get a bearing for it. It's not that big a deal. I've changed wheel bearings before, but it just two steps forward and then one step back. So that's okay. We'll get a bearing for it. That's a loss though. But just gotta put more money into the darn thing, and I just kind of hate it. Just I'm hating it. But that's the pit bike for you. It's kind of like what's his name? Old Man Garage said something about welcome to World Drag Racing. Yeah, things break. So it's charging, and the little red lights lit. I just plugged it back in. So no more ride until we get a bearing for it, for the hub, for the rear hub, for the rear wheel. So the pit bike's down. And I got the 24-volt battery here. That's, of course, pretty much garbage. But I could wire that up and then hook it into that small, it's a Pulse. The name of this bike is a manufacturer called Pulse. And it's a model, Pulse Performance. And it's a model M1000 or something. I think that's what it was. There's a part number on it. There's the part number there. I know it's an M1000. And it's a 24-volt system. Right there, it's a 24 volts right there. So I looked this up on the internet. This thing is $200 new. So I'm not gonna be able to get a side cover for it, I don't think, unless I can find somebody who's got a parts bike. But I'm gonna try to rig up this 24-volt battery to see if I can get it to power at all. If I can, then I'm pretty much gonna know that the motor's good and the controller's good. And then I'll go ahead and I'll keep researching, trying to find a battery for it. I'm not gonna get a cover for it. There's no way I'm gonna get this. The whole side cover. It's actually a half gas tank and a side cover. Don't think I'll be able to find that anywhere. But these things run up to 20 miles an hour with an 8-year-old on it. You know, it's not gonna like me put my fat ass on it, but I'm gonna do it. If I buy a battery for it and I get it going, you know I'm gonna ride it. You know, unfortunately, I hope it doesn't have hub bearing failure like the pit bike did. I'd say that bearing was on its way out anyways. If it failed that easy, I wasn't even on it when it failed. I rolled it over on the kickstand and nailed it, and I heard something banging against this tarp. Sound like BBs. Well, it was BBs. It was the actual bearings. I had them sitting here. Here they are. They look like little BBs. There you go. There's the roller bearing for the rear hub. So, you know, it's a sealed bearing, and it come apart, and then the little ball bearing just slung out and hit the tarp. So, there you go. Now, here's the last we're going to finish up with a win. My buddy across the street, Shane Barger, gave me a couple used taillights. And we had the ones in there, duct tape in there, because they were busted. This does have a crack in it right here, which I can fix that crack. But I put some taillights in the pickup truck trailer that I love so much. And it looks so much better without being held in by duct tape. So there's a win. So we'll just keep on, you know, keep on with our nose to the grindstone here at Beamer Son Garage. Couple wins, couple losses, but we keep trying. So check out my friends Access Auto Parts, Jamie Phillips, and of course Scott Speed Shop, Jedediah. He's our buddy. And Battery Productions and Two Hacks Garage. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.